Hello everybody, Mauricio here, and you're welcome to B-Side City's YouTube channel. Today we're in Lisbon, capital of Portugal. Well, we're still not in Lisbon. We're in the other side of the river, in Cacilhas. But Lisbon is right there, and in the next few minutes we prepare an alternative sightseeing where you're going to be able to see new things, cool things, and must-see things all together. If you find us now, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and activate notifications, so you're going to see everything we do on this channel. It is also very important, everything that we say and show here in this video, if there's an internet link, we're going to link it here in the description. So if you're planning your travel now, always check the descriptions. Our tour starts here in Cacilhas. Every time I come to Lisbon, I stay here in this side of the river for some reasons. First, accommodations here are affordable. Second, they have very good restaurants here. And third, it's very easy to get there. We're going to get the boat here at the Cacilhas terminal, and in 15, maybe 20 minutes, we are there on Praça do Comércio or on Cais do Sodré. Also here, you can see back here on me, is the Dom Fernando II e Glória ship. Is one of the most iconic ships of the Portuguese fleet, and behind it there's also a submarine that can also be visited. While we were crossing the river, let's talk about urban art. Urban art is so important in Lisbon that it has its own music festival. It is called Iminente Festival. It takes place in the urban forest of Monsanto, in a place called Panorâmico de Monsanto. Even if you're not in the city during the festival, you'll be able to see the artwork of artists like The Hills, aka Corleone, Sara Moraes, and Tamara Alves. There are no bus lines to there, so if you're planning to visit, rent a car or take a taxi. And the viewpoint, of course, is breathtaking. We just crossed the river, and this is Cais do Sodré, in the side of Lisbon. Here is the boat station. Next to the boat station is the train station. And when you get here, you can do some things. If you go straight ahead into the hill, you're going to get to Chiado. It's one of the zones that we're going to see. If you go here on the left, you can find a very known market here, which is the Ribeira market. And behind it, you have one of the elevators of the city. You can go also to the Bairro Alto and to the Chiado through that elevator. Another thing that you can do is here on the right. You can take a walk around 5-10 minutes and arrive at Praça do Comércio, the Commerce Square. The Ribeira Market, also known as Time Out Market, is a bit mainstream, but it is a good option if you're short on time or if you find bad weather in Lisbon. In terms of food, you can find almost everything here, from traditional to signature cuisine, from vegan to oriental food. We just came from the Ribeira market and we are here on Ascensor da Bica, the Bica elevator. This is the idea. Lisbon is known as the city of the seven hills. And well, walking in a place like this is going up and down and up and down. So when you're going up somewhere like this one, if you go up through this elevator, you're going to the region of Bairro Alto. It's always helpful to go with it. Under the hill from Cais do Sodré to the Chiado, you will find the most Instagrammed street of Lisbon, Rua Rosa, the Pink Street. During the day, this street has its normal activities, with cafes, restaurants and shops. During the night, the nightclubs on the street open, and the ambience of the neighborhood changes, for obvious reasons. Now let's walk to Praça do Comércio. We've been walking here on the riverside from Caju Sodré, and now we are on the Commerce Square, Praça do Comércio. Here going up, we're going to have a couple of streets which is called the downtown Lisbon, the Baixa de Lisboa. There are some interesting places here, very traditional, if you're thinking about buying something traditional or from Portugal. There are good places here. We're going to try to show some of them. The Lisboa Story Center is an immersive experience telling the story of the town. Take the tour if you want to know more about Lisbon. We're going to walk up from Praça do Comércio, the Commerce Square, where we came now. You see the arch back there. And we're going up here on the Rua Augusta. It is very important, one thing. Here on the right, I'm going to show on the video, is the Fashion and Design Museum, one of the most interesting museums right now in the center of Lisbon. But it is closed. They're renewing some places, and I think that there's no date to open. We've been seeing this in many places here in Lisbon, so it is very important. We're going to try to link here on the description of the video everything that we show here. So if you're planning to come to Lisbon, go on the links, check if they're open. If they're not, see if they can open for you or something like this, because of the COVID-19 pandemics, we've been seeing many places here conditioned to calling if they're going to open or not opening at all. So try to plan a little bit before you're coming here and talk with the places where you want to go. On the right side of Rua Augusta, there is a street called Rua dos Douradores. There you'll find one of the coolest ways to walk on the city. It's a three-wheeled car equipped with GPS, perfect to walk on the narrowed streets of the city. In front of it, there is also escape room. The commerce area on Rua Augusta is rich and diverse, offering everything from the traditional to the innovative. I personally like everything in the Portuguese cuisine, so when I walk on the streets, my belly is never empty. We have just walked up the Rua Augusta, and now we're at the Rossio Square. It's like the center of the place where we are now. We're on the Rossio Square, and now you have two options here in Rossio. Or you go to my left where the castle is, and I think the best way is to take the elevator of the castle, or you can go here to the right. To the right, you're going to those famous places which are Bairro Alto and Chiado. To go to Bairro Alto and Chiado, you can take one or two elevators. Here next to Rossio, you have the Santa Justa elevator, and that on Restauradores Square, you have the Gloria elevator. Next to the Rossio, there is a famous commerce street called Rua das Portas de Santo Antão. There you'll find grocery stores with almost 200 years, or maybe even more. There the cod, olives and wine are still sold like if it was in the 19th century. Take also a look on the São Domingos church if the door is open. The traditional Ginja is a liquor made with a bitter variety of sherry. On Portas de Santo Antão streets, there are many tascas, which is a kind of tavern, where you can taste it. When you're buying the Ginjinha, they're going to ask you with or without, com or sem, which means with, it means that it comes with the fruit inside of it, and without comes without the fruit. Cheers. From all the restaurants in Portas de Santo Antão, this is my favorite one. Casa do Alentejo is fully decorated on the inside with Moorish architecture, and each one of its saloons are also fully decorated. And the food, of course, is excellent. So now let's take the Santa Justa elevator to go to the Chiado. This is probably the most famous elevator of Lisbon. It is absolutely beautiful, inside and outside, and has one of the best viewpoints of the city on the top of it. Right outside the elevator, you will find the ruins of an ancient monastery. Tiles are part of the Portuguese heritage. When walking on the streets, look up and try to spot them. Next to the top of the Gloria elevator, you will find the viewpoint of São Pedro de Alcântara. This is another advantage of using the elevators. Each one of them are next to a viewpoint. Next to the viewpoint, we will find the famous neighborhood of Bairro Alto, but right now everything is closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Going down the street from the viewpoint, we will reach the famous neighborhood of Chiado. The fine pavement of Portuguese stones and the Café A Brasileira are the landmarks of the place. Step by for a coffee and take a picture with the famous poet Fernando Pessoa. There are many things to see and do in Chiado, but one is special. The Bertrand Bookshop is the oldest still operating bookshop in the world. You can even check the Guinness Book certificate at the door. In the famous neighborhood of Alfama, right behind the Lisbon Pantheon, sellers from all over the city gather on Tuesdays and Saturdays in the most famous flea market of the city, Feira da Ladra. Here you can find absolutely everything. Some advices: bring cash. Sellers here don't accept cards. It is okay to buy Portuguese tiles, but try to avoid the old ones. Sometimes they are stolen from the city buildings and monuments. And control your wallet and mobile phone. The place is safe and monitored by the police, but we never know when we're going to cross with a pickpocket. And Feira da Ladra means in Portuguese, thieves' market. Planning on visit the castle, Alfama, and other traditional neighborhoods of Lisbon? My advice is, go to Martim Muniz Square and take the tram number 28. 28 is the most famous tram line of Lisbon, and you can get to the main sightseeing of the Castle Hill through it. To visit the Lisbon Castle, take the tram 28 and hop off at the viewpoint of Portas do Sol. This is the new viewpoint. The old one, and much more beautiful, is on the right side. By the way, walk on the city trams. It is an attraction for itself. About the airport. It is a medium-sized but very well equipped on Terminal 1. Terminal 2 is low cost, so don't expect much from it. If you're boarding here and have something not allowed in the screening, just buy an envelope on this vending machine and send the item home through mail. Great idea, isn't it? Thanks for watching our video. Feel free to tell your thoughts in the comments. See you on the next city. Bye!